Okay, my name is Frank Hamanishi, or Frank Fukuo Hamanishi, or exactly, I guess. And Frank is a given name that I got. And I was born in Steveston, BC, April 13, 1940. So that's where I originally started, yeah. And my parents were Seichi and Tamie Hamanishi. And my dad was born here. He came, my grandfather was here first, I guess, in the 1800s, I guess. Then he came, and he was born here in 1908, I believe, yeah. And so he was a gillnet fisherman, and yeah, he lived, I guess he was one of the earlier gillnet fishermen, I guess. And a lot of them people came from Wakayama, where I went after the war, kind of thing. So, but first of all, I guess we lived in the cannery house, kind of thing, there before we left for, I guess, I was third in line of the siblings, kind of thing. And my younger sister was born in 1942, so she was just a baby when we moved to Bay Farm, I guess, when we were evacuated, I guess, that time, kind of thing. And so I think, so myself, my younger sister was, I guess, just born, and I was 2 years old, and my older brother was 4, and my eldest sister was only 6, kind of thing. So I think my mother, I think, must have really suffered a lot to have 4 children when they're so small, kind of thing. So when we moved, I guess, and when we were evacuated in 1942, kind of thing. So that's where we started, and we went to Bay Farm, BC, at the internment camp, kind of thing. I think we lived in a house, I believe. I think we did. And in those days, I guess I was just so small, kind of thing. All we did is play outside or whatever, kind of thing. Where I don't know what, I can't remember what my father did, I guess, in Bay Farm. So, and he was he did carpentry as well, kind of thing. So maybe that's what he was working on. I don't know what really, can't remember what we did as there, kind of thing. But then in 1946, I think, we moved to Alberta for, I think it's called, I think it was, just one moment. We went to Sugar Beet Farm in Shaughnessy, Alberta, I guess, in 1945. And then went to school in Diamond City, Alberta, myself until 1946, I believe. In 1946, my parents had a farm and a rice field and everything else in Wakayama, Mio, that kind of thing. So he thought he didn't want to be in the beach farm kind of thing. So he thought, oh, maybe this would be better to move to Japan kind of thing. So in 1946, we took the last boat to Japan kind of thing. That was the last boat, I guess, that left for Japan at that time. And then we went to Miyomura kind of thing, and lived there till 19. I came back in 1951, but my father in 1949, in 1950, he decided that farming was not his trade, kind of thing, being a fisherman by nature kind of thing. So he said, okay. And we had some friends, I guess he had some friends in Toronto, so in 1950 he got their help, and he moved to Toronto first. Then in 1951, he moved back to Steveston to be a fisherman kind of thing. So he worked for the BC Packers there kind of thing in Steveston. And then a year later, he called us back to Steveston. So we moved to Steveston in 1951, and till about 1956, I think we lived in Steveston. So so I went to school in Japan till I was about halfway through grade 5. Then we came back here, and I was already 11 years old, but then with no English, that I had forgotten since I was in Alberta kind of thing. So we started all over again. So then I was 11, so I couldn't really start in grade 1, but so they pushed me a couple of years, but I fell back about 2 years later kind of thing, because all my classmates that graduated, they were 2 years younger than I was kind of thing, and I was 20 already when I graduated from high school kind of thing. So then I tried for a year in going to university, but then I failed kind of thing. So some subjects were all right, but my English wasn't that well, so I couldn't get through there. So then I decided to go to Vancouver Vocational Institute and got my drafting certificate. And then in '63, I started in a consultant engineering firm there, and then I worked till 2005. I stayed in one location, one company for that long, and so I guess I worked for about 42 years in this company. And those days, I guess, if you want to get more advancement and maybe better salary, I guess you went to, you switch companies kind of thing. But for me, I thought, oh, gee, if I go switch company, I'll be starting at the bottom of the line again, and then it would be the first one that'd be laid off if things get down again. So I said, oh, wow, I might not be making as much as some other people that left, but I said, I'll just hang on kind of thing. So then the company was really nice, and they treated me well kind of thing. So I think I did okay, I think, as things go on. And so in 1970, I guess that's when I married my wife kind of thing. And she was, I guess, born in 1946, so she was intern, but I guess she wasn't born until she was in Winnipeg, I guess. Thunder Bay, I think that's where she was born kind of thing. So then we have, at least at the moment, we have 2 children and then 1 granddaughter. She's the only one, but so my wife keep on saying it's better to have 1 than none. So I guess we're fine over there kind of thing. So yeah, so otherwise, I think we were, I guess, quite lucky in the sense that we were, lived in Japan, but I think when we heard people suffering from not having enough to eat and everything else, we were quite lucky that we had a rice farm, so we were able to grow rice. And then also in Mill, we're right by the water, so a fisherman would get you fish kind of thing. And then we had a little plot of land, so we had raised some chickens, so we would have eggs, and then we had a little bit of plot, so we grew our own vegetables and that. So then, and being next to the water kind of thing, for me kind of thing, going to school, that's all I did was go to school, come home, go to the beach, just play kind of thing. So nothing really, for myself, I guess I didn't suffer as much as the people that, like the elder people, I guess they have to go through everything. But for me, it's still being only 11 or so kind of thing. It's just like a holiday kind of thing. You just go and you go to school and then come home and go to the beach, go swimming or whatever kind of thing. So it wasn't too bad actually, in the sense that we were okay kind of thing. And but I think looking back now, I guess, and when I start hearing about these things for wellness funds and everything else, and what people went through and everything else. And I guess for myself, I don't think I suffered, but I think it's the elder people, I guess. And I think back to my mother or father kind of thing, and mother being looking after the young ones kind of thing, and moving away from their own place kind of thing. So that's where I think myself, I think with a lot of the people, I guess, that went through this war kind of thing, I guess they're the suffering that they suffered, but for younger ones like me kind of thing, we didn't live through it. We lived through it, but not suffered anything because they're just too young to know everything kind of thing. So yeah, because my dad was a fisherman, but he was quite athletic kind of thing. So he was I guess he taught judo, and he was a black belt. And I think he went in Steveston. I think he's one of the early ones that were teaching judo in Steveston kind of thing. So I think his name is still up on that wall in Steveston, I guess. And so he taught us about judo kind of thing as well. But before we moved to Vancouver, I guess we were going to judo kind of thing. So, but otherwise, yeah. And he was quite, I guess, good with his hands. So I guess when we're even, I'm looking back, and when we moved to Japan, most of the people had the beds on the floor kind of thing with a tatami and everything else. But he built us a bed, so we were above ground in a sense kind of thing. So then, yeah, so he was quite good in that way. Then when we moved to Steveston, I guess, we worked, I guess he worked for the cannery as well, doing mending nets and everything else. So we learned how to mend nets and work on, do the cork lines and the lead lines and that. So that was quite experience, I guess, that too. But he, I guess my father would try the best he can, I guess, with what we've gone through, I guess. So yeah. So no, I never. I guess even for my mother or father, I never heard anything about that. You know, and looking back, I guess we never did hear about the hardships that they went through, kind of thing. So not that we hear about people, you know, now talking about the war and everything else. And but myself, I never did hear about how they suffered or anything like that. Yeah. I think I did Japanese at home because my mother was born in Japan, so she spoke more Japanese than anything else. Yeah. My dad was here, but I think he went up to grade 6 or something, I guess, in Steveston, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was when he was younger. I guess he went to school up to grade 6, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So he was more or less kind of half and half English and Japanese, I guess. Yeah. But, yeah. But I guess with the war and that, I guess they had a choice of staying in Canada or going back. And I guess for him, I guess they thought with having land, I guess they thought that would be better than going back, hanging on. But I guess, yeah. So, and I think he liked it better here. I think, yeah. Being a fisherman, I guess, and yeah. So, yeah, that's good. Yeah. So, remember my kindergarten days in Alberta, but that's about it, kind of thing. Not too much. Then with this wellness thing and that, and I have what to call those. In the old days, you had what's called autograph books. Yeah. Yeah, on that, and when we started talking about these wellness thing, and I went to look for my oath things, and then I saw the autograph book that my dad gave to me, I guess, when I was small, kind of thing. So then, before we left for Japan, kind of thing, I had and the teachers sign in here, and then when we went to Japan, and then on the way back here, all the Japanese friends and teachers wrote in it, kind of thing. But in my Japanese ones, I can't read too much. I can read the hiragana, but I can't read the kanji anymore, kind of thing. So, yeah, because when I first came back to Japan, from Japan to here, kind of thing, I more or less read more Japanese, comic books and whatnot, and read, not high-level novels or anything, but I read those kind of thing. And then being here, I guess you got to learn your English. So for me, it disappeared kind of thing. So, but then last, I guess when my wife took our kids to Vancouver's temple, I think we were when they were about 6, I guess my oldest was 6, I think she took them to Vancouver's temple. And then from there on, then about 1980s, I think I was golfing kind of thing quite a bit. And then they wanted, Vancouver's temple wanted to have a golf tournament kind of thing. So they called me and said, oh, can you help us set up a golf tournament? So I said, oh, okay, well, I could help with that. And then from there on, I guess I more or less got involved with the Vancouver's temple. And so I helped them there. And then I was a president for a few years and vice president. And then I became a treasurer for the Buddhist Federation in Vancouver, that one there. And then at the moment, I'm just on the board kind of thing of the Vancouver Buddhist Temple. But right now, I guess with the way things are going around the Oppenheimer Park kind of thing, and then we're looking at, do we want to move or do we want to lease or what? So that's our main objective at the moment. But I guess with the things as it is, most of our seniors don't feel comfortable going to the temple kind of thing. And so right now, I guess that's what the things are. But in Vancouver's temple at the moment, we were going to go with the Powell Street, Obon Festival kind of thing. And before the COVID started, we were doing dancing in the streets and everything else around there kind of thing. We closed off the street for 1 block kind of thing, and we used to do that. But with the COVID, last little while, we noticed that even our membership, I guess, we have one before COVID, I guess, we had monthly memorial services kind of thing where we used to get 100 to 120 people coming. I guess that was once a month kind of thing. But now we have it, and maybe we get about 10 or a dozen people kind of thing coming out. So I don't know. So we were going to have it on the street this year, but we decided to cancel that and then go with maybe see how we make out with number of people. We're trying to get a census of how many people are going to be coming, because we usually supply bentos for the people kind of thing. But so we'll see what happens anyways. But yeah, that's at the moment that's my thing. And then I go golfing once or twice a week. I joined the Kaede golf and Green Acres when I retired in 2005, and so I've been over there ever since that time. So otherwise, yeah, with the COVID, I guess the things are a little bit harder to get tee times as well. But I guess in Green Acres, they're very accommodating, and I guess we have about 75 members that play every Wednesday, about 8:30 to about 10:30 kind of thing. So that's been working out fine with that. But I guess for me, I guess leaving, I guess it was all my friends that I gone to school with in Mil, I guess. But they called it America Mura, because most of the people that were there, I guess they were more from here as well, kind of thing. So I guess we were the very first people that came back from Japan to here, I think, in 1951, I guess. And then from there on, I guess quite a few of the people came back from Japan there. And there's few people that I went to school with. They're my friends over here now, kind of thing. So, but the only thing I regret is that, I lost 2 years of my schooling, kind of thing, and then have to learn from Japanese to English again, kind of thing. So, but I guess in a sense I was okay, because I guess my Japanese is still in the background, kind of thing. I don't speak that much of it, but still able to understand, kind of thing. So I guess in that sense, I guess I got gaining experience, I guess. So yeah, so I guess I can't say it was bad in a sense, but I guess, yeah, so more or less kind of like a half bilingual kind of thing. So yeah. My granddaughter is taking Japanese here, and she talks to me in Japanese, and I try to remember my Japanese as well. But she is going to, she reads English and everything else, but then she is into the French emergency kind of thing. So she's I don't know, 3 languages she does, kind of thing. So I don't know how she does it, but yeah. It's something else, because I think she got more smarts than I have. My granddaughter comes over here to the school, Gladstone.
Oh,
Yes, yeah. She's in grade 3 now, I guess, and she said she passed, so she's going grade 4, I guess. Well, I guess being young, and then I guess you just follow what your parents are going to be doing, kind of thing. So it wasn't my idea to come back to Canada or anything like that. I was just young that, just you follow along what your parents do, kind of thing. So there was no incentive for me to come to Canada or back again, I guess. But so in that sense, I guess I just follow along with your parents, I guess. So there was no going back and forth, kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least I was young enough that I could, go to school here, kind of thing, because a lot of my friends that came back from Japan, I guess they weren't able to go to school or whatever, kind of thing. So or later on, kind of thing. So I think they were more, trying to get back into the English again. So a little bit harder for them, I think. So. I think in 2005, I guess we, with the Wakayama Kenjinkai, had a tour to Japan, so we joined that, and that one was very nice. But then I went back to where we were born, not to Mio again, and what I thought the streets were wide or anything like that was really small and really narrow. And then when sidewalks or whatever kind of thing was really quite small. And went back and had a look at a school that I went to, kind of thing. But, that was all the thing, yeah. So yeah, that was okay. The wife and I, we went, and then my sister and her husband, we went, I guess, as a group, kind of thing. So that was very nice, yeah. We were quite strong, I guess. When I first joined, I guess we used to have about close to 500 membership, I guess, when I first joined Wakayama Kenjinkai there, kind of thing. So, but now, I guess, with things I guess it was hard to get in president or everybody, kind of thing. So right now, I think it's very small, I think. So. I haven't paid my membership for the last couple of years as myself, so yeah. Well, we used to do the, I guess what's that, Gary Point. There, I think our group planted the cherry blossom trees and that, and I guess we working with the Richmond Council, kind of thing. I guess we worked quite a bit with them, kind of thing. So then when I was a member still, I guess we used to clean out the Gary Point. We used to go and clean up once a year and trim the trees and whatnot. So yeah, and I guess we got quite involved with I guess with the Richmond Council. I think So they're I guess our sister city. I guess in a sense. I guess It was Mackenzie. There wasn't. I guess there was people that came back from Japan that lived in Stevenson, so I guess I was friends with them, kind of thing. But I got more involved after when I joined Okaeri Kenjinkai, I guess, and because they were quite involved in Kenjinkai, so so met quite a few kind of thing there. But and since still when I was in Stevenson, I guess still too young to really do anything, I guess. So they just help with fishing boats, kind of thing. That's about it. But, otherwise, beyond that, because we moved back to Vancouver fairly early, kind of thing. So I didn't stay in Stevenson that long. So judo, he stopped when he moved back to Vancouver, I guess. Till then, he was helping with that, but I think he got injured as well, kind of thing, teaching kind of thing. So that's why, But otherwise, that's beyond that. I think we didn't. No, I never kept it up. I wasn't strong enough to go in. My brother-in-law is, I guess Tom Mukai, so he's he kept it up, and I think he's the highest ranked. Black belt in Canada, I think it is. He helped with the dojo in Burnaby here, kind of thing. So at Bonser, I think. He's there. Beyond that, so we used to go watch the judo tournaments and that, but not anymore, kind of thing. But, well, she was very quiet, I think. Quiet person, kind of thing. So. She very helpful for us anyways, and took care of us, kind of thing. So, but she being more Japanese, kind of thing, it was hard for her to communicate as well, kind of thing. Living in Canada, I guess. So, when my father passed away when he was 65, kind of thing, then she was, being together all those years, kind of thing. I think she really missed him, kind of thing, and I think a year later she passed away, kind of thing. So and as things went, kind of thing, we were till then, I guess, I was living at home, I guess, until about 1972. I guess we moved out when I 1970. I guess I moved out when I got married, kind of thing. So I think when we moved out, I think she was kind of, I guess, more or less, kind of lonesome, I guess, in a sense, I guess, was, just the two of them, I guess, but, only time she went out when we were living here is, I guess, go to grocery stores or something like that, so, I guess, if you don't speak the language, I think it's quite hard, I think, I think. Hard to communicate, so no, she never worked. She was just a housewife. It's just enough to raise us, four of us anyway. So that's true. I guess both. I guess more in things. I guess Japanese kind of thing. I guess more, food-wise and everything else. I guess and more tolerant people kind of thing. I guess that's where. We hope that they are that way anyways, and I hope they're able to teach our granddaughter anyways. I guess my daughter is quite well, kind of thing, so she is quite, they take her out, and I guess she's been helpful, kind of thing, to us as well, kind of thing, being, she's a school teacher, kind of thing, so she helps us, kind of thing, with all computers and things that do that. But so otherwise, after they finished with their, I guess, Dharma school and that. I guess they never went back, I guess, to the Japanese, to the Buddhist church, I guess. Yeah, we never did. No, Dharma school. They used to go what they call Dharma school. I guess the young ones learn about Buddha and whatnot. So when they were young, I guess they had the student teachers kind of thing. They teach them about Buddha and how the spiritual kind of thing. So that's where they went for. But I guess they went to about they're about 12 or something, I think. Yeah. After that, they didn't come with us anymore, kind of thing. So we don't force them to do whatever kind of thing. So yeah, so they're out of there kind of thing. But for the festivals and that, they still attend that kind of thing. And when we have our Buddhist, like our bazaars and things, they come and partake in that. So yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Never went beyond that. Yeah. Because I guess myself as well, because my father was Japanese, but he was baptized kind of thing. So yeah, so he was a Christian kind of thing. So my mother was Buddhist kind of thing. Since we don't force them to be one or the other kind of thing. So yeah. Myself, when I first went to Buddhist temple kind of thing, I was more, in between. Because actually, when my father died, I guess being a Christian, we did the Christian service kind of thing for him. And when my mother died, we thought, I guess with the father there, so we did a Christian as well. My my wife's side is all Buddhist type of thing, so yeah. So I'm converted to be a Buddhist, I guess. But if things had gone, I guess we would have kept on going with the Wakama Kenjinkai, I guess. But being Wakama Kenjinkai, their headquarters is more or less in Steveston, and we're in Vancouver kind of thing, so when we first joined, I guess we joined, we went onto the board kind of thing. So, but the only thing is we did once a month meetings kind of thing. And my brother-in-law and myself, we used to drive down there once a month, and it got to be a chore kind of go down there. Yeah. So Buddhist temple was able to get a funding from that wellness fund. So we are in August, I guess August, one weekend in August, we're having a get-together, or we try to get all our members together, but we hope that almost the seniors are able to come kind of thing, because I think they still, with the COVID, I think we're hoping to, we got our RSV going out, but I don't know how many we're going to get people to, so we're planning to celebrate that thing, with the people. Our bowling group got some funding as well.
That's right.
So we had one day where we had bowling tournament kind of thing, or fun tournament kind of thing. So we spent the fun there kind of thing.
How many people came out?
That one, I think we had 40 people, I think, attend that day. Yeah, that was at at Grandview Lanes, I think. Yeah. We had bento, and then we ordered in bento, and then we had little fun tournaments and gave out some prizes and things. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, to get the funding there. So when Mickey phoned, I thought, oh, kikanise. He said, aren't you a kikanise? I said, I heard that term, but I didn't really understand that. He said, oh, you came back from Japan, so you're a kikanise, he said. So, so he said, oh, you want to be involved in that? I said, well, I could come and talk a little bit, kind of thing, my experiences, so that was okay. my sisters, my brother passed away when he was 49, so he long time gone now, kind of thing. My younger sister said, I can't remember anything because he's 2 years younger than I am. But my older sister, she said, no, I don't want to do those kind of things. So otherwise, myself, I guess, I could come and do it, kind of thing. So hope my little bit helps anyway. So yeah.